How y'all doing? Welcome back. It's going to be another video here. I decided to do one more before the Overwatch League preseason started, and I'm going to be doing an analysis video of the LA Shock versus How y'all doing? Welcome back to another Michael video. Today we're going to be doing one last one before the Overwatch League preseason starts. We're going to be doing San Francisco Shock versus the LA Valiant. I'm going to be doing an analysis because people have been questioning my picks, and I'm going to give you guys a little more reason on why I'm picking them. I think I have a little more knowledge than the normal naked eye from the community because I've been involved with a lot of these players from LA Valiant to San Francisco Shock. I've played on teams with them. I've played against almost every single one of them in every tournament for the past year. So I feel like I have some insight that I can share with you guys. So let's get right into it. Starting off with LA Valiant and San Francisco Shock. Why I think San Francisco Shock will win. Now, I don't think they're just directly going to stomp them. I said this yesterday in my video. It's going to be a close game. It'll be really close. But I think in the end, San Francisco Shock has the better pieces, the better mentality, and I think they're ready to win this game. I think they're set for success. They've been grinding really hard. Now, LA Valiant has a really good roster, starting with Soon. Ultimately, probably one of the strongest tracers in the world right now. He has this thing where if he shows up and he is on, he can absolutely destroy anybody in the game. Anybody. But if he goes into the game trying to carry too hard, he might fall a little bit. So that's on him to perform. I think when it comes to Koth, he can really carry their team. And I think that might be one of the maps that LA Valiant might have the edge on, just because Soon might be able to abuse the backline of San Francisco Shock, that being Sleepy, who is a newer player to the scene. I wouldn't say newer, but he's newer to you guys, and he's newer in the broad audience because he's never played in a big match. So you don't know what's going to happen with Sleepy. Either he shows up really hard or he doesn't. We don't know. He's never had that big moment yet. So Soon can really dominate him in the back. Then we got Unco as well on Koth, which I think he can really hold his own. Unco is one of the hardest Senatas I've ever played with. As a tracer, you can't really get in distance to him and try to kill him. It's nearly impossible because you'll get shot before you get close enough to do any significant damage. The Ranger Tracer just isn't good enough to face Unco. He's going to hit that shot because his aim is so good. So he's almost impossible to touch in the back line. 1v1, nearly impossible. So he's going to hold his own. He's going to do his work on Koth. He's going to stop the Tracer from San Francisco Shock. So those are the main reasons I think they can win Koth. But then again, I think Baby is really going to step up. And if Sleepy does get in trouble, I think Baby is going to be able to protect him. So it's going to be extremely close. Koth, though, I think goes in favor of LA Gladiators. Going into payloads and hybrid maps. So we're talking like Gibraltar to Kings Row to Route 66. All those maps. Depending on if it's going to be a dive map or a tank map, I think we'll take it. So if it's a tank map, I think San Francisco Shock has the advantage. Why? Because Immortals, previously, the team of LA Valiant now, they were always known for having weak tank play. Back in Winter Premiere all the way to Contenders Season 1, teams would try to force them to play tank comps. That's why you've seen in the opening match of Envious versus Immortals in Season 1 Contenders, Envious just completely dominated. And that's because they forced them to play tank comps, like Reinhardt comps. Fate's not really that comfortable in Reinhardt. He's more of a monkey player. And he's really going to have to step up. Maybe they'll put Numblocked in there and put him on the Rein. Not sure. But their tank play is weak in general. And I think San Francisco Shock has the advantage there. And there's been a lot of team comps going around right now, like Triple Tank Moira with Zarya's. And I know if they get Baby on Zarya, he's going to absolutely pop off. 100%. So payloads in general, I think are going to go to favor of San Francisco Shock if it's tank heavy. Now if it's dive heavy, that's going to be a toss-up again. Tracers are pretty even though, because Dante, he's going to do work on Tracer as well. Soon, he's going to do well. He won't do as well as he would on Koth, because it's not the game mode that a Tracer can like just hard carry. So that's going to be really close. Dive meta though, Nevix is a really good diva, so is Envy. They're both really top tier divas. It's hard to see who's better. But in general, I think overall, the DPS players, oh, by the way, I forgot to mention this. So Sinatra, Agilities, Space, and Super won't be playing because they're too young. So minus those 4 players, I think the DPS players of San Francisco Shock are just a little bit better. I think they're like right here, and then the LA Valiant DPS are here. And that goes for the tank play as well. And I think support play, though, goes for favor of LA Valiant with Unco and Kareev there. I think they're going to pop off. And, oh, not to mention Verbo, extremely great shot caller, leader, captain, perfect player you need on support. I think he'll be playing every single game tomorrow. Verbo's definitely a valuable player. So that goes for Dak as well. Dak, not in the same sense as Verbo though. Dak is more of like a mechanic. All right, camera died, but no worries. We got batteries on batteries, baby. So I was talking about Dak, and you don't look at Dak and you think, wow, what is Dak doing? Like, I don't understand what he's doing. But after he does it, it's just like, wow, how did he do that? He's a Lucio player. He invented the Lucio play with Selfless, where you just play so randomly weird, but it just works. And when you see it work, it's mind-blowing. So Dak's definitely going to be a player to watch there. And Verbo as well. Now this leads me to 2CP. Now this is where I think San Francisco Shock has the advantage. But before I go into that, let me explain 2CP kind of in a nutshell for pro play. It's so based on mistakes. On 2CP, one mistake, you just lose the game. Unlike like a Payload map where you just lose a point, or a Koth map where you just lose like 30%. On 2CP, if you make a bad mistake, you can lose the entire map. So it's really bad, and you don't want to make mistakes in San Francisco. It's really bad, and you don't want to make mistakes on 2CP. And this is why I think it's in San Francisco Shock's favor, because Baby Bay on Widowmaker. Now, when I tell you this, guys, you might not believe me yet, but when you watch that match tomorrow and you see Baby Bay on Widowmaker on 2CP, he's gonna frag. He's gonna frag, and he's gonna force LA Valiant to make a mistake. And they're going to make a game-losing mistake, because that's what happens on 2CP. So I think 2CP is going to be in favor of San Francisco Shock. Again, though, like I said, mistakes happen on 2CP. Anybody can win it. But that would put the maps in favor for LA Valiant. Or, sorry, that would put the maps in favor for San Francisco Shock, 2-1 so far. And depending on the last mode, I'm not sure what it is. It could be Koth. If it's Koth, then we have a potential 2-2 tie. But then again, if there's two Koth maps, I feel like San Francisco Shock can pull one of them out, and that would be a 3-1 victory. So hopefully I gave you guys more insight on why I think San Francisco Shock is going to win this match. Just again, I think their play on these heroes. Here, I'll go roll to roll real quick. So we got Baby Bay and IDDQD on hit scan compared to Grim Reality. I think San Francisco Shock's hit scan is better. Then we have Tracer versus Tracer on Dante and Soon. I think they're about an even playing field. Maybe Soon by like an inch. But I think the hit scan play of Baby Bay and IDDQD are more than an inch, so that makes their DPS better. Now when you look at off tanks, we have Nevix and Envy. Dead tie. Dead tie. Okay, so for tanks, LA Valiant has two different tanks, which I think might be a disadvantage for them, having to play two different tank roles in these matches, depending on the map, and again, like the larger roster thing coming into play. So having two tanks is kind of a disadvantage. I think San Francisco has the edge with one tank. Plus, I think Nami's a lot more well-rounded as a tank player. He has a good Monkey and a good Reinhardt, whereas like Fate's only good at Winston, and Numlock kind of is an unknown right now. And so I think that gives the edge there to the tank. And then we go to supports. I think supports is close, but overall, I think LA Valiant has more like well-rounded supports in what you need. So Verbo, he provides what you need on Lucio, right? He's got the comms, he's got the leadership. Then Karif, he provides what you need fragging. He provides the hills on Ana. He's going to hit every shot. He's going to hit his sleeps. He's going to hit nice nades. So he provides what you need there. But then they just got Unko, and Unko's just an animal. And then on San Francisco Shock, they have Sleepy, who's unproven. So that's going to knock him down there. But then they have Dak, again, who is just this player where you just, I don't know. I'm really intrigued to see how Dak performs. But I think LA Valiant going in has the edge on the supports. But overall, I think it'll be a 3-1 victory. So again, here we are, boys. Sunny California. Tomorrow we're going to be at the Overwatch League preseason. I'm going to get you guys as much content as I can. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. And peace.